Welcome everyone. We're here today and we're talking about setting your prices for Etsy. So I just want to be able to mention to you some things that you may not have thought about when setting your prices for Etsy. So I hear a lot of people complaining and talking about they lose money on Etsy, they're losing money. Well, if they're losing money, they're not setting their prices high enough to be able to create an income. So I want to make sure that you're not losing money and you are thinking about everything that you can possibly think about to put in the cost of what it takes to make your product, and that you are getting these fees paid back to you. You must get these fees paid back to you. So we're going to be talking about a lot of these different things. So you might want to take out a paper and pen and just to make sure that you have all of these things included in your Etsy prices. So you are for sure going to be making money and not losing money. Okay, so by the way, I'm Karen S. Eiton. For those of you who don't know me, I help entrepreneurs and small businesses to scale their businesses online, to be able to use innovative tools to be able to market, promote, and to have a real presence on the online marketplace, and to be able to sell on the Etsy marketplace and other marketplaces. So that's what I do. So, and I would be happy to help you if you need help also. You can just reach out to me. I'll put a link below in this video. And another thing, if you are a business or going into business, you want to make sure that first of all, you save every single receipt, because you will find yourself like, okay, I bought some ribbon when I was out with so-and-so, and okay, now I don't have the receipt. What was the charge? How do I know what the charge was if I want to put it on my product and I don't have the price? And that can cost you money. So that first and foremost, if you're a business owner, you must save every receipt, because you don't know how many times you'll go back and look for that receipt to find out what the true charge was, to be able to know what you have to charge other people. Okay, so that you want to make sure that you do. So then the first one we want to start off with is the Etsy listing fee. So there is a listing fee for each product you put on Etsy. It goes a certain amount of time, and then it becomes, it goes off of Etsy. So you want to make sure it doesn't go off of there, but it just is obsolete. So you have to renew it. So after a period of time, you must renew it. So then you'll be charged the 20 cents when you listed it, and you'll be charged, if you renew it again, another 20 cents. So you want to be aware of that. So what I usually do is I'll run it for the period of time that it runs, and if it doesn't sell, I will group a few things together. So I'll put 2 or 3 items together, take a couple listings off, group them together, and try to sell them in a group. That works much better for me. I love selling things in sets. I love selling things in groups. I think you get more for your, people think that they get more for their money, and I feel I get more income than if I were to sell it just singly. So you can think about that as well. So then the next thing we want to think about is materials and supplies. So you want to make sure that you have all of your materials, what it cost you, all of your supplies, and you know for each item what the cost is. So you've broken it down, all of your fees compared to all of the products that you've made, and then divide it out, and to make sure that you know what portion each product gets charged for the materials, supplies, and labor and things. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do that. The next one is shipping materials. You want to make sure that you also include in the price of that listing product, you want to also include what it cost you to ship it out, what it cost you for supplies. Did you buy extra cute tape? Did you buy stickers? Did you buy different trims or ribbons or things like this, and used it to package your goods? So you want to also include those prices in your packaging. So you want to include that in maybe your ship out charge, something like that. So you want to make sure that you at least get paid back for it, either in your shipping or include it and bump up your price. So you want to make sure that you are covered on that. The next one is envelopes and cards. So are you sending thank you cards that you had made up, or are you sending thank you cards that you made? You put labor into it and you've made cards to send to these buyers. So you want to make sure that you also are including the price and labor that you took and it cost you to make those thank you cards. Or are you sending maybe cute little postcards? I know we send postcards in some of our products, depending on what our products are. But I know when my husband sends out buttons, we try to include a nice postcard. It shows some of the other sizes and shapes of what we make. It has our business address and email address, phone number on there. If people want to buy bulk, they want to buy more. So something like this. You want to make sure that you're also paying, charging for each one of those listings if you're including that in your price. So you get paid back for that. That's part of your business, expenses. So you also want to include your labor charge. So what is your labor? Are you staying up late hours and making products, keeping the lights on, right? So you want to make sure that you are being compensated for your labor. You want to make sure that it's a fair price that you've set for your labor, and then how many ever hours you're working your business, working on your products, and you're charging for that. So you make sure that you get charged back, that you're not overworking and not getting paid, right? And you don't want that. So you want to make sure that you're charging for every bit of your labor, not only including in the products and the materials, but also included in the time that takes you to go ship out your orders and prepare your orders and print off your labels and things like this. So make sure you're getting charged for those labor fees, okay? So then the next thing is business expenses. So there could be a lot of business expenses, or your business could be very small from the ground up and you don't have a whole lot of overhead. You don't have a whole lot of business expenses. But there may be some expenses that you don't really think about and you don't really include in your price right now, or you should be. So, and these could include things like maybe you're selling hats or t-shirts or something like that, and you're sending them off to get stamped, or you're sending them off to get embroidered. Well, you never really thought about the fee and the time it takes to go and to get those, and what you're paying the other business to do the work for you, and you have your price set and you're not thinking about the extra charges that other people are working on your product to get it that far. So you want to make sure that you have everything in there that you are spending money on as a business. And so it could be just a number of things. It could be that they made up a card for you and or something like that. It could be that they're making stickers for you and that you're sending putting stickers in with other people's packages, or putting it on your product itself. It could be just so many different things. Someone else is making charms for some of your bracelets, or making beads for your bracelets that maybe you get from another country, and then you have ship out costs from other countries. Whatever it is, don't cheap yourself. Don't be chintzy about your prices. Make sure that your prices are fair. You want to research and make sure that your prices are fair, but you also don't want to get ripped off. You want to make sure that you are charging exactly what you should be charging, and you're getting paid for every single thing that you put into that product, okay? I don't ever want anyone to lose money on business. You should be making money on business, okay? Okay, so the next one is, so are you running any sort of machines or lights or electric? So if you're an artist, you're probably staying up late or early morning, and maybe you have the lights on and you're doing artwork. So that time that you're running that electric bill up, you want to make sure that you're getting compensated for that. Any kind of machines that you're running, maybe you're running a drill as an artist, maybe you're running maybe a pottery wheel or a sewing machine. Any type of machines that you're running, you want to get paid back for that electric bill. You want to make sure that you're putting that time in there. You've already time timed yourself, how long it takes to make one. You have a time, and you're getting paid for that time. So then you use that times everything, for each product, and you put that time in, the labor in each product. So you want to make sure that you are being fair to yourself, about the machines that you're running and the electric bill or whatever. Maybe you're using water to create your product. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're getting paid for that, okay? So then the next one is to travel to and from. You want to make sure that you are getting compensated for travel time. So maybe you had to travel to go pick up your business cards. Maybe you had to travel to the post office to ship out. Or go pick up products, or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you're getting paid for your travel time. You have to get paid for this. It just can't go by the wayside and you try to set a lower fee and you're not getting paid for that. It will make you feel like you're not, worthy of the price you should be getting, okay? Just to try to cut somebody else a better deal, and then you lose out. So you don't want to do that. So the next one is if you're renting a space, or if you're buying a commercial building or a space to create and make your product. So you also want to take that into consideration, that you're renting a space. So that should also be part of your materials, your fee, your business fees. You want to make sure that you also put that in that business column, that business fee column, and don't forget it. Okay, so these are a lot of different things to think about. So don't forget that you'll be paying on Etsy 20 cents per listing, and then each product that is relisted, you'll acquire another 20 cents being added to that. So I like to take the 20 cents, and sometimes I'll take a few pairs of earrings off. I'll group 3 together or 4 together, set a fair price for that. So I'm making money, they're making money, but then I don't have all those extra 20 cents for each one being added on their charges, and it didn't sell the first time. So you want to think about ways that you can kind of save money but try to make money yourself. You know what I mean? So you want to think about that. And then you'll also get charged the 3.5% of the price of the product. So whatever it is, the listing products, and you will also be charged that. And so you want to, take these into consideration, some of your other fees. So that will be some of your fees on Etsy. And then also, if you go through PayPal and you are doing a flat fee transaction, which I do, you'll be charged another 30 cents. So you want to make sure that you include that and your transaction fee of 2.7% of the total money collected, meaning the product and the price together. Then they'll take 2.7% of that. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that. You have your prices high enough to compensate for all these different fees and to compensate yourself. And if your product is quality and good enough, you will still make money. We still make money. And if we can do it, you can do it too. But you have to know your charges. And the main thing right now is to know that darn shipping charge. Because that shipping can really make you lose money if you don't have it weighed out, you don't put it in the proper packaging, and you know exactly what it's going to cost you. You must be able to put that in your listings. That's how you will protect yourself for each product you sell. You also want to think about when you go to buy your supplies. It's very hard to go and to buy retail prices of supplies and to also sell at retail. You can't do that. It just doesn't pan out. You have to make sure that you are buying wholesale supplies and you are selling retail prices at retail prices. Otherwise, you will lose money. There's so many people on Etsy that complain that they're losing money. You know why they're losing money? They're going to a lot of these other fabric stores and different things. They're already buying retail prices. They're trying to sell at retail prices, and with all these fees included, they can't make it. That's why you have to be smart about it. You have to be able to buy wholesale and to sell retail. Then you make your money back, okay? Keep that in mind when you think about selling on Etsy. Okay, so then we're going to go on here. So then when you sell retail, you want to excuse me, you want to have your price sometimes 2 times the amount of the product, or you want to have it 3 times the amount, depending on what others are selling the same thing for. You want to be in the ballpark range of what other people are selling it for, not what other people have it listed for, but what other people are already selling it for. And make sure that you're looking at the sales that they've had. What are they selling it for? And to make sure that you are in that same figure. Okay, so you want to make sure that that you are doing it that way. So I'm going to give you a few tips now on how to save. Okay, so one way that we found how to save, and this is how we've been able to have low prices and decent prices for our things that we sell, is because we look for closeouts. We look for things that we already use for our products, and we look for closeout deals. So we'll buy somebody out that has another business that has the products that we need, the supplies that we need. So if they're going out of business, they have things up for sale and it's going to be a closeout. So we'll look for different auctions online. We'll look for different closeouts, and we will buy closeouts and other businesses going out of business. And then that way we're able to get a really low price and to be able to raise our price for retail at a higher wage, a higher price. That's one way to be able to beat it. Number 2, you want to watch for sales on supplies. So anytime you have a wholesaler that is having a sale, that is your wholesaler that you've become acquainted with and that you feel confident and comfortable with, see what they have each week for sale. So if it's products that you use, you can also buy it when it's on sale. So always watch what your suppliers have on sale. This way you can get the better price and to be able to have your prices and make more margin in the finished, sale. So you're able to get a higher price. Number 3 is you want to focus selling quality, awesome products to get a better price, and mark your prices higher than the average. So you want to make sure that your product is really quality. Quality comes first. So make sure that it's really quality, and it will also sorry about that. It will also sell for a good price because it looks much better. It offers more features than what someone else has out there. So you want to make sure that you really are able to do that, So number 4, use padded envelopes when you can ship your products. So you want to make sure that not only always thinking about shipping your products in boxes, but you also want to think about, can your product go into a nice and padded envelope? And if it can, you want to make sure that you buy your envelopes wholesale, or you want to at least get a cheaper price, a low price on your envelopes. And it's not always easy to do that. So I know Amazon has envelopes that comes, that has a decent price, and you can get a bigger quantity. And also you can buy your your ship out envelopes when you need to or have to at Walmart. But you can also find cheaper prices and wholesale prices at Quills. So you can think about buying wholesale envelopes, so you are getting the best price you possibly can, and you're not buying retail all the time for your envelopes. I know sometimes we run out of them so fast that we have to go to another place, and when we do, then we know that we have to put in a ship out, order in to get them wholesale again, because you can't meet the cost of shipping when you're buying retail envelopes and boxes. You want to make sure that you are being smart about it. You can also package small things in some of the free boxes at the regular post office, and whatever will fit into a certain box for a certain price. So you want to think about that too. They always have boxes there that you can use, and then charge you a price for them. But you want to make sure that you're not losing money on your ship outs. So keep that in mind. So number 5 is set your shipping costs 4% higher than the actual cost. So make sure you know the cost of your ship out. So have the cost of your ship out and pinpointed down to the exact cost. That way you know what you can charge. You know what's fair. You know how much you can charge by what other people are charging. And you want to make sure that you really know that. And they can use their priority boxes that they offer. That's what I was just talking about, their priority boxes. And when you can, and they are free, so you can use those. But you want to make sure that if that's what you're using and you're shipping priority mail, that you know the whole shipping cost when you're doing that. So you want to make sure that you know exactly how you're shipping and the cost of what you're shipping. What we like to do is we'll take a product that we've created and make. Say we take my husband sells a lot of buttons, so if he has a set of buttons that we sell, and how many ever are packaged in there, we go ahead and we take it and we package it just like we're shipping it out. We put a label on it, the packaging tape, everything in there, the set of buttons in there, wrap it all up, and take it there, and then say that we're going to ship it to California. Because where we're at in Indiana, shipping something to California is one of the most expensive routes. So we'll say that we're sending it to California, and then they'll tell us the price for it, and then we'll just take it back home with us. And then we will know what price they told us that it would ship to the highest state, what the price is to ship it to the highest state. So then we will charge other states accordingly. So we'll know what our figure is. So when we go to set and to do our price listing for our ship outs, then we will go ahead and be able to type in the exact amount excuse me, for our shipping. So this way we know ahead of time what our shipping cost us. So then number 6, we want to sell in sets and in bulk if we can. So if you have a product that you're able to sell in a set, excuse me, a set of 4, set of 6, set of 10, whatever it may be, then you can raise your price accordingly. You get more money in a lump sum. You're not waiting on just individual orders to be purchased. And you'll be surprised who's out there looking for your product in more of a set or in a bulk. They want to buy maybe more than one or whatever. So you want to make sure that you think about those people who don't just want one. They want more than one, and they would be willing to buy it in a set. So, just make sure that you set your prices accordingly to do that. So, number 7, we're getting there. So the number 7 is taxes and add taxes from your state. So you want to make sure what your taxes are. So in Etsy, you can set it to your state. They'll collect the taxes for you. You can do it that way, or you can just hold back those fees, know how many orders you have, be able to times it times 7, multiply it by 7, and know exactly what those state taxes that you're going to owe are going to be. So for us in Indiana, we're at 7%. But, sometimes we go on Etsy and we wonder, well, how come they're setting their price so high for their product? Well, like, say, for instance, California, their retail tax fee is 9.5%. So you can see the difference. And so you want to be aware of what your own state taxes are. What is your retail tax on each thing that you purchase, not including, like here it's not food and things like that, medicines and things that doesn't have a tax, but products and things like that are taxed, so you want to make sure that you know exactly what those fees are going to be. You can up your price accordingly, so because you're going to have to pay that later, and you'll have to know that. And if you're not in business yet and you're thinking about going into business, you want to also think about how much money can you make online without having to claim it. Like in Indiana, it's like $400. If you make over $400, you need a tax ID. So if you don't have a tax ID, then you should get one, because sooner or later they will catch up with you, and you will have to pay those taxes. So you want to make sure that you claim every year on your taxes, when you do your taxes or have someone else do your taxes, that you have whatever it is you sold online included in there as part of your income. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do that. Number 8, you want to make people feel like they are getting a deal. So you want to set your prices, accordingly. You want to, set it so they feel like they're getting a deal. So what we do, and one way to kind of make them feel like they're getting a deal, is to set a price that is at the ending is 95. So say we have button orders that are $10.95, okay, or we'll sell something for $9.95. We have that 95, and it makes people feel like, wow, it's not $9.99, it's not $10.99, it's $9.95. I'm getting a savings, so you automatically think these things. So you want to make sure that you set your prices accordingly to make people feel like they're getting a deal. They're more apt to buy. And then another way is to sell, in sets and in groups, and then lower the price just a little to make them feel like they're getting a deal. They're getting a bargain. And people love bargains. That's what they're looking for. So you want to make sure that you do that. And part of it is, that few cents, 4 cents, is not, a discounted price. It's a good price for us. We know we're already making money off of it. And so you just want to set your prices accordingly. And that's one way to make people think that it's a discounted price, but it's really not. And, and then they're more apt to buy also. And then another little tip here was, let's see, for example, sell a set of buttons on eBay for, $10.95 or $9.95. So if we sold a set of buttons for $10.95 and we get about $8 in profit after selling on eBay, and then and that's what we listed for, is $8.95, and we get $8 back after paying, And then, like, if I were to go and sell on Poshmark, which I like Poshmark, I have really good luck on Poshmark, but I have to, for the same set of buttons, I would have to list the product for $13 on Poshmark to be able to get $10.05 back. So that's right around, what we need to get. So there's other fees included in there. So then that way I make sure that I am getting back the profit that I deserve and the profit that I need to actually be able to make money. So in each marketplace is a little bit different. Etsy is probably the easiest to figure out and the easiest to be able to learn on. But other markets are different. So each one is just a little bit different. And so you'll have to learn them, whichever one you want to go on, and you'll have to learn them and to be able to run your business accordingly. But Etsy is a nice way to get started. So, but that's really all that I have today. But I did want to mention to you that you're welcome to go and visit my website. You can go there and visit and watch my free webinar. It's at KarenEitonFashionAdvising.com. You'd be able to watch my free webinar and to see how I can help you and how you can, be able to go online and to be able to start doing some of this with my guidance. And I'd love to help you and to work with each and every one of you. And so you can go there and check that out. You can also, while you're there, you can read my blog. I have a nice blog with a lot of business tips and a lot of things that pertain to Etsy. So if you are already selling on Etsy or looking to start selling on Etsy, you can go there and read a lot of that material as well. So that's all that I have for this video. So thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to this channel when you'll get notified each week when I download a new video, and you will be able to watch the video and be able to be notified. So that's pretty awesome. So thanks so much, and I will see you all again next week. Thanks so much. Bye bye.